city that never sleeps. Hong Kong, where Monet never sleeps. But who are the leaders behind the window? Does the leader have to be stronger and stronger to succeed? What is the limit? This is the topic we will tackle today with a fantastic panel.
Superman or bust. Superman, he always succeeds. He's always stronger, higher, quicker. We think that to survive, we have to be like Superman. Do we think that we can succeed if we fail sometimes? What does that mean to you, being strong? And in Asia especially, because this is the place to be, for business reasons, how can we embark people in this context?
One important aspect of your daily job, your position, is to recruit, to detect leader detections. So how do you know when you see someone who's coming for an interview, how do you know he could or she could be a leader?
The French have a wonderful word which doesn't exist in the English language. It's called l'agnac. You can tell usually when somebody has l'agnac. It comes across very quickly. They portray themselves. They're clear in the message they give. Humility, and I don't want to use it again, humility is something that has carried us forward extremely well.
In our job as coaches with Turningpoint, we coach many executives, many high potentials all over the world. And thanks to this experience, we have made a model to better explain what could be the true strength of a leader. And this is the name of this model is roles and qualities. It's between humility and affirmation and openness. And on the other side, we have perseverance. We do not follow someone because he has a title, because he has a position. We follow someone because we trust in this person. And the way we are leader is better when we are more human, more close to others, more close to ourselves also. This is a little bit my story. And, you know, it was a few years ago. I was HR director, and I had a very good relationship with my boss. And my boss was promoted to a new position. And I thought it was a good moment to ask him some feedback about myself. I said, okay, John, you know, I am quite ambitious. I would like to succeed in my professional life, and I would like to get some feedback. And he said to me, well, Michel, I think you're a good person, you're skilled, but there is something you could change. Sometimes you're a little bit good student, let's say you play your role. Well, look at your relationship with the trade union. And in this company, I had tough problems with them because they were always on strike. Well, as you play your role, there is a kind of distance, and your relationship with them become tough and tough, you know, in this story. At this moment, I didn't realize exactly what that means. But now I think that it was a kind of armor for me. I was a good student. I thought, for me, being Superman was being perfect. I was a kind of perfectionist, you know. And I didn't realize that what helped me in the past to succeed, in my studies, for example, could be something wrong in my professional life.
Point one, and I was very lucky when I joined the institution I started with Barclays Bank, and I started in the mailroom. I left school from a fairly privileged background, and I worked with a guy called Joe, who was the messenger. In those days, you used to put letters in boxes, and I walked in, and he said to me, "Oh, you've been to public school, you're a boy, well, I'm going to teach you a few lessons of life." And he did, and those have stood good, you know. One of the ones was, when you get up in the morning, James, look in the mirror, and the day you think you're worth the money is the day you're finished.
We are talking about cultural differences and how to cope with different environments, culturally speaking. James, you're British, right?
Yes.
You work in a French group. You're English. You work in a French group in Asia, in Hong Kong. So, what I'd like to ask you is there an English way to be an authentic leader? Is there a French way to be an authentic leader? Is there an Asian way?
Do you know, I've been working for French companies for 20 years, and I've been waiting for somebody to ask me that question.
Finally, it comes now.
the tremendous advantage of working with a different culture is, you know, you learn so much more about yourself. You know about yourself anyway, you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, but that culture, the language, whatever it is, brings you something.
So you just need to be very humble and actually go to the people and say, you've got to help me. You have in your hands everything that can make of me a good leader and make of this team probably a better team.
The environment is gloomy, pressure, competitors. We don't really know what will happen in the future, but the leader is this person who is able on this threshold to have a vision, to see how could be the future, and people behind him, the followers, will trust this person and will follow him or her. The more we are connected to who we really are, the more we are able to give a vision.